I'm gonna share with you guys on how to get this kind of photo using your Speedlight and level up your photography game. What's up guys, Mary here from Camera to Freedom. If you guys use your camera to take photos and videos and make YouTube content so that you can live a life of freedom like how I'm trying to do, then hit that like and subscribe and let's go. So guys, let's go straight into it guys. So Speedlight photography. As a photographer, you have to learn how to use your Speedlight. I made a few videos on how to use it on top of your camera where you could bounce flash, you could front flash, you could side bounce flash. You also have to learn how to do strobe, remote trigger Speedlight photography, flash photography. The first thing that you need to do is, of course, get yourself a remote trigger like this. I got the X2T Godox, but I also have the Godox X3, the new small touchscreen one, and a flash. And of course, the flash that I'm using today is the V480, very new touchscreen, awesome flash by the way. And you need to put this on a little stand. You could use the tiny little coat shoe that it comes with and put it on the ground and face it towards your client. So if the couple is standing right here and they're looking at each other, then you could have the flash on the ground facing it towards the client, right? You just put it there and just make sure that once you get to the other side to take your photo, that the flash is actually hidden behind either the bride or the groom. You don't want it to be right in the middle visible, because when that flash goes off, then it's going to just make everything too bright. You want it to be hidden. So angle yourself so that the flash is behind the bride or the groom or the couple. You could take the photo anywhere in outdoor setting and still get awesome photos, because then you will see a rim light around the couple. The outside of them is lit up with the flash, and that kind of separates them from the background. So you could do that, but I specifically love to get this shot when they are underneath a low ceiling. That's when it works the best, because when you bring it down and face to them, you're at an angle, so it also bounces the light to the ceiling and it lights them up as well. So if you didn't have the ceiling, the rim light is just kind of at the edge, very thin. And this is when you could actually have fun by going into Lightroom. All you have to do is bring the highlight all the way down and then bring the shadow all the way up. And then you could start adjusting everything else to get the photo that you like. Camera setting that I start off with is f2.8, just because I love to shoot in f2.8. You don't have to shoot in f2.8. It's actually really good to have the aperture even higher, 4, 5, 6, and so on, because then the background is also sharp. It also is part of your photo. I personally just pick f2.8 because it separates the couple from the background. It blurs the background just a little bit. And then of course a shutter. Shutter could be at shutter 200. Now just to let you know, all these settings, you could change it to fit your style. It could be 160, but I'll keep the shutter at 200th of a second, and the ISO, keep it at 200. Now take the photo without the flash triggering off. If you feel like your photo is too dark, then increase the ISO. ISO is what you need to play with if you want to make your photos brighter or darker. You could of course mess around with aperture or shutter, but just play with the ISO. Just stick to your aperture and shutter because you like the way it looks. And then the ISO is what determines if your photo is brighter or lowered. Maybe you want the background to be completely dark, or maybe you want the background to be a little bit more visible. If you could see the background, that's when you turn on the flash. Start the flash at full power, take the shot, and most of the time it might be just too bright. That might be too much power. And then you just kind of bring it down a little bit, take the shot, bring it down a little bit, take the shot. And I know it's kind of tedious to just keep checking, right? But you do have a starting point, and then you could just play with the flash. You could then bring the power all the way down, 30 second of strength, and just kind of incrementally bring it down till you just get this photo. Know that when you bring it to Lightroom, it's going to look amazing. Alright guys, so I'm also going to share with you guys this Godox V480. This is the latest and the greatest flash. I love this flash. This is exactly the flash that I've been waiting for. So I do love using my V1 and V100. The V100 is an upgrade of a V1. It's everything that's V1 with a round head. Super powerful, but it has a touchscreen. That's the latest and the greatest. So this is actually my very favorite when it comes to shooting a big wedding or big gigs or any event that you know you have to bring your very best equipment to, because they're paying the big bucks, right? You want to show off with their biggest and the best gears. And even at that, it's still super affordable compared to the brand flashes that are starting at $500-600. This is in the $300 category. So my favorite flash. But I shoot a lot of events, birthday parties, quinceañeras, and things like that I actually don't need the huge flash to carry around, because it is tedious, right? Have this on your camera. And if you have it strapped up, you might hit something. So there's a lot of reasons why I would leave this at my house and bring my TT350, the smallest flash in my arsenal, just because it's the tiniest flash. It's super mobile. I do have to admit, the power isn't there. Sometimes I kind of need a little bit more power, a little bit more accuracy, but I could get by and it's comfortable. I had to always decide between the two. Now, the V480 just came out. This is just in the middle. You got the big V1, V100, and it's smaller. It's so tiny. I love how tiny this is, but still slightly bigger than my TT350. And the latest technology is that it has a touchscreen on the back. The V480 also has TTL. Of course, that's automatic mode. Not all flash has TTL. I have a Godox TT520. It's a full manual flash. That's the most affordable flash that comes with a remote trigger. But this doesn't have TTL, and the TTL technology makes it a little bit more expensive. And all that TTL is through the lens. That's the abbreviation for it, and it just means it's automatic mode. It's just, it'll flash for you. So you could go to TTL mode if you don't want to deal with manually setting your flash. It's got high speed sync, meaning that if your shutter is above 200, 250 and above, like 1,000, 2,000 and so on, your flash will not work with your camera. High speed sync is my favorite when it comes to photography, daytime photography, because you could use a light during the day where your shutter has to be at 1,000, 2,000 and get some awesome creative photos. The touchscreen is super awesome. It's like your phone. You slide down for the menu. You could slide left and right for the strength of the power. You could click on the bottom screen for manual or TTL mode. It's very responsive. But if you don't want to touch the screen because it does create smudges all the time, you could just use the dial too. You could go to the next menu by using the dial and push the button on the middle to select it. The power button is the home button. It goes back. So very easy to use. There's only a couple of buttons in here, so that makes it super easy to use, but it has every feature that you need in a Speedlight. It has a LED light. It'll light them up with an LED light, autofocus assist light, and it'll then focus your camera, so then you could then properly get focused photo. But a bonus is that you can slide down the menu, turn on modeling lamp, and it turns into a modeling lamp. Yes, modeling lamp means that you use the flash to light your subject, so you kind of have an idea where the light is hitting the person and so on. But this LED light is strong enough to use with your photo. You could adjust the strength. It's strong enough to get a ring shot. You know what I mean? When you're at a wedding, you could get a ring shot with this LED light, or just put this on top of your camera and just use the continuous light and take photos of them dancing and so on. So it's really neat. It's bright. I think it's brighter than my phone. It comes with a rechargeable lithium battery. This gives you 680 photos at full power at a single charge. So that's a lot of power in this thing. And the battery has a USB-C connector. So they don't give you a charger. Now they just give you this kind of battery with a USB-C connector. So you could charge this anywhere. You could charge this with your iPhone USB-C cable, my MacBook charger. So every battery should now just have a USB-C in the back instead of getting a actual charger for it. Because I got so much battery chargers. It's a mess. So that's the new tech now. Every battery is going to come with this. So this high capacity battery also allows you to flash one in every 1.7 seconds. All right, guys, so I do have the discount code link below. And if you do buy from me, thank you so very much for your support. Please go to cameratofreedom.com. That's my website where you can hook me up with your email. I'm trying to create a community where I could just send all my knowledge out best I can. I'm getting older. I've been doing this for over 25 years. I just want to just share everything that I know before I pass away to the next life. This is what we are made to do. We're made to share, and that's all I'm trying to do. Please, if you have any questions, leave me a comment. Your comment will help me out big time. So I will answer anything and everything about photography. All right, and I will see you next time. Cool flash.